What are they doing with all that grain? Tao asked. They're sending out search parties. I lost the goats, you see, the boy said miserably. Artie had me watching the herd today out in the west pasture, and I fell asleep after lunch, and when I woke, the goats were all gone. And now the village will be ruined, and it's all my fault. Although how was I to know that the goats would rather climb down all those rocks than stay in a nice sunny pasture full of grass? I was to be the candle maker's apprentice, not a goat herd, and now who knows if Bern'll still have me. I'm good with his bees. Bees don't make a fuss. They stay put where you want them, unless you fumble the hives. But Artie's bad leg was twinging again, and I didn't mind helping just for the day. And now look what's happened. Stupid goats! The words burst out of him all at once, a hot concoction of youthful indignation and shame. Said Tao. Perhaps I can be of some assistance. She strode to her wagon and leapt back up onto her driving perch, Lao Hu shuffling impatiently in his traces. But rather than pick up the reins again, Tao ducked beneath the glowing lantern swinging gently from where they hung on the jutting ridge beam and into the small wooden travelling wagon that served as home. A hanging curtain of embroidered canvas hid the interior from both rough weather and curious eyes. Behind it was everything Tao owned, tucked away as neatly as could be managed in what might generously be called a storage chest on wheels. Pots and pans of various sizes hung on one wall from a crooked nail. Opposing them was what Tao thought of as her pantry. A small bag of winter apples, jars of grain and tea leaves strapped into place on their makeshift shelf, mint and nettle hung in bunches to dry. Here also was her bedding, a few sacks of hay, which conveniently also served as Lao Hu's feed, though it meant that when they went too long between resupplies, her sleep inevitably suffered for it, swaddled in thick woolen blankets. In all, it made for a cosy, if humble, nest. But all this Tao took in with only a quick glance. Everything was where it should be, which meant that what she needed would be in the back, where she kept the things most precious to her. Moving through the cramped space with the ease of familiarity, Tao sorted through the carefully wrapped bundles in the very rear of the wagon, behind the small stools and folding table. From these bundles, she extracted a disc of hammered bronze hung on a ribbon and a small cloth-wrapped mallet. Grasping the ribbon and mallet in each hand, she ducked back out through the curtain, blinking in the warm glow of the swaying lantern light. Tao stood tall on the perch of her wagon, or as tall as her slight frame allowed, made sure her hooded cloak was billowing impressively so that its blue velvet lining could be seen, lifted her chin and, with ponderous ceremony, struck the disc. A low note tolled out, brassy and deep and authoritative, and a hush rolled out over the crowd of villagers as they finally noticed the young Shin woman perched upon a travelling wagon in the middle of their square. Tao struck the gong once more, and the sound reverberated as all eyes fixed on her. "Greetings to the people of Nekka," she cried out into the general bafflement. "I am Tao, teller of small fortunes." She gestured grandly with the mallet toward the side of her wooden travelling wagon, where, indeed, teller of small fortunes was painted in neat black letters, along with the addendum in much smaller lettering beneath. No spells, potions, or ancient prophecies. "But tonight I shall give you the gift, free of charge, of a moderately sized fortune. You there, mistress?" Tao pointed at a harried-looking woman in an apron holding several buckets by the tavern door. "Tell me, is there a small stream flowing through a grove of pines just to the east?" "Aye, so there is," said the woman, narrowing her eyes. "And you, Master Artie?" Tao pointed now at a rangy older man leaning heavily on his walking stick. "Tell me, are there plentiful berry brambles along that stream?" "Here now, how do you know my name?" Artie said in confusion, rubbing at his leg. "Yes, there are," cut in the aproned woman. "And so?" Tao spread her arms dramatically wide, closing her eyes and tilting her head back, as if listening to voices only she could hear.